How does the European Union work exactly? It's a system that confuses even seasoned diplomats. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger once asked, who do I call if I want to call Europe? Nigel Farage, architect of Brexit, put it to the European Council president a little more bluntly.
The question that I want to ask, that we're all going to ask, is who are you? I'd never heard of you. Who voted for you?
First, the EU is not the 51 countries in Europe. It's not the Schengen area, the 29 European countries that allow passport-free travel. It's not the Eurozone, the 20 countries that use the euro. It's definitely not Eurovision, the annual song contest. Thank God. The EU is an economic and political union of 27 countries that try to agree on everything from trade policy to the right way to make cheese.
An historic meeting takes place in Rome City Hall. Long a dream, the common European market takes its first step forward.
What started as an economic partnership in the aftermath of 2 world wars officially became the EU in 1993. And there is no single leader of the EU. Instead, its responsibilities are spread across 7 different institutions. Atop of the executive branch is the European Council, where heads of state and government, your Macrons, your Scholzes, your Melonis, come together to set the overall political direction and big picture policy goals. But that body isn't involved in day-to-day decision-making. And that's where the European Commission comes in. It proposes new laws and enforces treaties. Its president, currently Ursula von der Leyen, represents the EU globally, while commissioners from each country oversee policy areas like trade and agriculture. The legislative branch has 2 houses. First, the Parliament, the EU's only directly elected body. Roberta Metsola of Malta, its current president, has the unenviable task of finding common ground among its 720 members, representing some 450 million people. The Parliament debates, amends, and votes on laws in partnership with the Council of the European Union, which, stay with me here, is different from the European Council. Told you, it's a little confusing. The Council of the EU represents the 27 EU member governments. Each country pushes its own interests, but in most cases, any law proposed by the Commission needs majority approval in both legislative houses to pass. There's also the Court of Justice, which interprets the law, the Court of Auditors, which reviews the budget, and the European Central Bank, which sets Eurozone monetary policy. So yes, the EU is complicated, it's bureaucratic, but it's also the world's largest trading bloc. And even more importantly, it's the world's most ambitious effort at supranational governance, a political experiment that's turned a historically fractious continent, though sometimes still dysfunctional.
You have the charisma of a damp rag and the appearance of a low-grade bank clerk.
Into a unified whole. And in an era where global cooperation is increasingly rare, that's worth paying attention to.